All right, it's time now for our next sub-segment where we highlight the entrepreneurs and trendsetters really moving up in the world. And today we are going to focus in on making lemonade out of lemons. We're going to talk to an entrepreneur who has done just that. After two bee stings, she was inspired to create her own honey-sweetened lemonade company when she was just 4 years old. 15 years later, and that business is still going strong. Her name is Mikaila Ulmer. She's the founder and CEO of Me and the Bees Lemonade, and I'm pleased to say that she joins us right here. I chuckle a little bit because it's fun to see a 15-year-old company, and I'm talking to someone who's in their 20s. It's impressive, to say the least. I do want to talk about that evolution, Mikaila. I mean, you are now an adult, a woman, and you now have a company that has done very well. And I am curious as to what your mindset is now as to what you either want to do with Me and the Bees, or maybe do you want to do something else? Like, where does this take you next?
It's a fantastic question. And going back to your initial point, it is crazy. It's very wild to be able to say that I've been in 15 years of business and I have 15 years of experience as a 20-year-old. That's definitely something that's a little bit out of the ordinary. But as for Me and the Bees, I'm continuing to scale the company. So I still want to see increased distribution throughout the United States, potentially internationally. I'd like to see new beverage lines, new beverage flavors. But me personally, I'm planning on applying the years of experience growing and scaling Me and the Bees to investing in other companies. So as an economics major and a quantitative sciences and statistical sciences major at Emory University, I'm currently deciding, well, exactly what career path is the best way to do that. But overall, it's working on our mission to save the bees through Me and the Bees, and it's learning as much as I can about how I can see that growth potential in other companies and value in other companies.
I'm in awe of you, Mikaila. Just everything that you said there, and you're also a full-time student, at university. I'm curious whether lemonade is always going to be part of your brand. I know you mentioned the bees and honey and how that is part of the mission. What have you observed about consumer tastes in the college setting that you may incorporate into your product line? For instance, caffeinated beverages, or I don't know, maybe alcoholic or cannabis infused drinks. I'm just curious to see where you might take it.
Well, I think one thing that we're noticing with Gen Z is that we are shifting from all alcoholic to some non-alcoholic. And so what Me and the Bees is doing is we're making sure to hit on the non-alcoholic, ready to go, fun and functional beverage industry. And we're noticing that across the board, beverages are shifting to delivering the most that they can in however many ounces that they can to their customers. And as a member of Gen Z myself, I see that among people my age, but I also get to apply that with my company, Me and the Bees, and the flavors that we offer. So since the very beginning, I started after getting stung by 2 bees in 1 week. I learned about the impact of bees on our food system, and I made honey sweetened lemonade. But we've kept the entire mission of having a honey sweetened lemonade that's inspired by my great Granny Helen's 1940s cookbook, but adding fun and functional flavors. So we started with mint, and then we added ginger and prickly pear and black cherry and passion fruit are our most recent additions. But overall, making sure that we're delivering a great tasting beverage, a beverage with a good mission, and a beverage that offers something to our customers as they're on the go. And Gen Z is loving it, and that's what Gen Z is looking for in their
You talk about building a business with the mission, and it's kind of interesting too. And maybe you could kind of give some advice if there are some young folks out there who, are looking to start a business here. It's not just about the business itself. You really do have to find a way to connect with people in a way that they can sort of, digest. And you seem to do that, and maybe that's because you are young and cute, but even if you're not that, you can still do that, right?
Yes, I think whether you're large or small, any company can add a social mission or some sort of environmental mission to their company. And especially if you're trying to capture Gen Z, that's what we're looking for. We're not only looking for the good in service, we're looking for a company that does good. We're looking for a brand that we can get behind. And that's my advice to companies and C-suite executives, but also people who are starting their companies, or people like me who are young and who want to start their company. Figure out not only how you can solve a problem through the good and service that you're providing, but also what kind of social environmental impact can you make?
We only have about 30 seconds left, Mikaila, but how are the bees doing? I mean, we hear so much about this issue and how it's really going to have a huge impact on our food supply if we don't get it right.
We are hearing a lot. And one thing I'm excited to announce is that bee populations have bounced back. So there's about 3.8 million hives nationwide. And since Me and the Bee started back in 2009, the shift has changed from saving honeybees to now saving wild and native bees, and then also protecting bees from different factors such as more harsh weather conditions as we're seeing today. But I'm happy to say that we've made a measurable impact. We've contributed over $360,000 to our mission to save the bees. And now that mission has expanded, I get to act through my nonprofit, the Healthy Hive Foundation, and through my book, Bee Fearless, and through my work here at Me and the Bees towards that mission.
All right. Well, we're all really impressed here by just how far this has come from a lemonade stand to a bona fide business and the nonprofit. We have to leave it there. Mikaila, great to talk to you. Mikaila Ulmer, founder and CEO of Me and the Bees Lemonade. Stick with us. We'll be back in a moment. This is Bloomberg.